What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so I have to apologize for something because I said something that was not true. I thought that teams, all NBA teams, going into this regular season only played about 4 preseason games, okay? Because I think the Suns are done with preseason games. I believe that's what I read the other day, so I just made the assumption that everybody's only playing about 4 preseason games. But then I find out that the Lakers just got their ass blown the hell out by the Dallas Mavericks 121-94. So I said, wait a minute, that's another preseason game? So they're now 1-4. But once again, and I get it's the preseason, but no smoke for JJ Redneck from LeBron James fans. Remember when Darvin Ham was losing preseason games, they was losing their minds. Oh man, this guy, got his hands in his pockets with the dick in his forehead, with the big lips, man. Can't have a coach with his big lips and a big nose like this, man. Man, it just ain't a good look. Remember people making videos shitting on Darvin Ham? All these random ass dusties with cockroaches walking on the wall in the background, baby diapers all over the goddamn floor, talking shit about Darvin Ham. But no energy for JJ Redneck, not for Massa. But anyway, I apologize because apparently now teams have between, I guess, 4, 5, 6, 8 preseason games. So I don't know what Adam Silver's doing, but anyway, Bronny James, for some reason, low managed in this preseason game. Low managed. And of all players, why are you low managing? Don't you need as much experience as possible, you bum? You need to be playing every game. Like, what's the excuse for this dude? Okay, I get it. If you want to say LeBron or somebody, or a longtime veteran, Steph Curry, I get it. You know what I'm saying? They don't necessarily need to play in preseason games. This bum needs as much practice as possible. Okay? And I'm sorry if my language sounds offensive, but he's a bum. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, I grew up when we use terminology like this. I'm not saying he's a bum like he live on the street or like that, but as a basketball player, he's a fucking bum. He sucks. Okay? He sucks. This is the dude that shouldn't be in the league. So why are you low managing? This the same guy that got the low manage in the G League last year. Well, Bronny is not going to play on road games. Why? Why is he not playing in road games? He needs that experience of playing on the road. Everything shouldn't be handed to him. Everything's coddled. Everybody coddles for this guy. Like they call him the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Really Carlton, because Will could ball on the show. And I get a sense you could tell, and I have no sympathy or empathy for JJ, more for the Lakers teammates, but you could tell kind of, man, I'm starting to get this impression that some of these players are tired of this dude, bro. Like, maybe DeAndre Ayton not so much because he just got there, but some of these other dudes, I think they're really tired of this, right? Like, they're tired of seeing a roster spot wasted on a bum. They're tired of another roster spot being wasted on a guy who thinks he has a birthright to that roster spot because of who he is, even though he obviously doesn't want to play with his team. He obviously wants to be traded at this point in time. It's obvious. Like, he doesn't want to be a Laker. All because they didn't tell him about a trade for Luka Doncic. And because they didn't really dialogue with him about off-season moves and didn't offer him an extension. That's business. It's business, bro. How many dirty... This thing that get me about LeBron James, right? How many dirty, underhanded tactics and moves behind the scenes has this dude done to supposed friends of his? Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony. How many times have he's done dirty, dastardly, um, self-centered moves behind the scenes to help him maximize his so-called potential for winning, right? It's just business. It's not personal, it's just business, dog. But then when it happens to you, all of a sudden it's not business anymore. Now it's personal. You are a narcissist. That's what it is. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of narcissism. We all should worry about ourselves to a certain extent. And you need a little bit of narcissism to, uh, especially if you're in a position where you're in a sport and you have to be great and all that. You have to. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of narcissism, but this guy, it's telling what he said the other day about him fearing being alone. Yeah, you can tell that because he always wants to be the center of attention. He needs attention and adulation and praise constantly. And I think that's one of the reasons why he won't step away from basketball. It's one of the reasons. Of course, some of the other reasons is to protect his quote unquote legacy. Because once he steps away, the power begins to wane. And as the protection leaves, the objectivity begins more earnest. And people might even begin to say to themselves, well, LeBron might be, especially people as the time moves on, maybe we need to do a little bit of investigating into this guy's career. Something just doesn't look right. They've done that. They've done that with Lance Armstrong. They said, wait a minute, how is this guy, and perhaps the most grueling competition in sports, how is this guy, after suffering cancer, at this advanced age, how is he winning by such a large margin? They said to themselves, how are guys like Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds putting up their best numbers after age 35? It just doesn't make sense from a scientific angle. And they're going to do the same thing to LeBron James. It's going to happen. So his fans can get mad all they want to. It's going to happen. We're warning you. It's going to happen. Now, you just have to hope that he is, quote unquote, the exception to the rule. He's the equivalent of a person living to be 130 when the odds are probably 1 trillion to 1 against it. But, it is what it is, man. But yeah, going back to Bronny, why are you, what are you doing, bro? But anyway, that's all I got to say about it.